Hello guys and welcome to this first episode of Violin Maker's Tour. Before starting to introduce you the violin maker we will discover today, let me introduce you this beautiful theater, the Vienna Theater. The first one who played a concert here was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And what is really beautiful on this theater is the shape of the theater, that is like a bell that gives a perfect acoustic environment. So let's go to visit Maestro Cristiano Scipione. Let me introduce you Maestro Scipione.
Hi.
Maestro Scipione is a double bass player, and then he started to make violins and cellos and double basses. When did you start this and why?
I started to buy instruments 25 years ago while I was studying in the Conservatory of Mantova, double bass. I am also a double bass player. And I was so curious about my instrument, and so I thought, well, why I can make one for me, for myself. And so that's the reason I started to do them.
Maestro, you work in a place that has more than 300 years. It's a remnants of a court. And if we think buildings has changed during those centuries a lot, the architecture and the way we live the spaces has changed also. But the violin has remained almost the same during those centuries. Why do you think violin hasn't changed?
Yeah, I think the voice of this instrument is so beautiful, so fantastic, and so able to get inside us and take our soul, that he forced us to make things for it. The best composers of all the times made a lot of music for it, wonderful music, and the best players took a lot of time to study, and they deformed themselves playing the violin.
We shaped ourselves for the violin.
Yes, and he won the fight, human being versus violin.
Let's just have a look on the violin before listening its voice. This violin is a Guarneri model, inspired particularly in the Émile Souret one. I'll put a link in the description that you can see the Émile Souret Guarneri de Gesù, currently played and owned by Mr. Itzhak Perlman. So this violin has been made in 2019. The top wood is a fir from Val di Fiemme in two pieces with medium grain. The varnish is a spirit based of a dark orange color. The back is in one piece, Balkan maple with a beautiful wide curl. On the button you can see the mark of Maestro Cristiano Scipione. The ribs are made with the same wood of the back, bringing to the ribs the same curl. I do not have a picture of the head, sorry about that, but I'll ask Maestro Scipione to add the picture of the head on his website so you can see it. But I can tell you it's made in the style of the Souret violin. The main measures of the violin are the body length, 354 millimeters, the upper wedge, 167 millimeters, the medium wedge, 116 millimeters, the lower wedge 207 millimeters, and the diapason 195 millimeters. Those measures are really important, especially the diapason is a fixed measure connected to the tuning of the instrument, so you can't change. But we'll discover more about those measures in future videos.
I'm always looking for very clear work, a job very well refined, the transparency of the varnish. I don't like instruments where I can't see the wood under the varnish. I don't love the antique instrument. I like very much the new that has to be.
Thank you really much for watching. Subscribe and get a thumb up.